It's time to become the best version of yourself and help others do the same. It's Monday morning and we're talking success.
Hello, Soul family. Jordan Peterson coming at you live here from our Soul Studios. Today is January 29th. Can you believe it? The first month of 2024 is almost over. It feels like just yesterday. It was New Year's Eve, and here we are, almost closing out the month. Pretty wild. Man, it's so good to have so many of you here with us today live. It's always good to see you guys out there on YouTube. If you haven't already, make sure you comment so we can get you into our bucket of fun to see if you can win some swag items today. But man, it looks like you got some great stuff going on today. Looks like some weather is great in some parts of the country. Here, it was chilly. There was a lot of frost on my truck this morning when I woke up, and I had to get that taken care of. But man, it's so good to have you all here. As I mentioned, today's January 29th. We have a few days left of the month. And man, I hope you guys are able to accomplish whatever goals you've set for yourself in 2024. As we've talked about before, usually goals and New Year's resolutions kind of fizzle out by about Valentine's Day in about 2 more weeks. But hopefully you can stick with it and be one of those few that actually accomplish whatever you're looking for in 2024. So we love it. Sound good? Becky says it's warm in Idaho, almost 40. Yeah, we don't get to see that today. I don't know where we're at, but it looks like in Florida we got 69 degrees. Man, that's not what we got going on here. I'll tell you what, you guys win. As always, we love to bring the show to you with Cinemate because it's what I get when I get in the office every morning. And so it sits here with me and enjoys the show along with you. So it's so good. We love to see what's going on with everybody. By way of announcement, let's make sure we show you what we got for swag first off, and then we'll jump into all the good stuff. So let's make sure we can show that, keep the Cinemate showing. And there's kind of a theme here. You may have picked that up when Kristen Rhodes posted on here. She takes care of me with our swag and making sure everybody's name gets in the bucket of fun. And what does she want to do today? She wants to bring this show to buy Cinemate and make sure the winners all have something to drink their favorite morning drink in. Boom, right there. And she loves you guys enough. She even put some packets of Cinemate in here for you as well. So we got 3 Daily Lift mugs going out today. Man, they're just beautiful, and you absolutely need it. So we're going with 3 today. As always, we are going to reward those that have been posting in our SN sweeps. We got a separate bucket of fun for them. And so we'll make sure you get taken care of. Sound good? So we'll keep this here so you can keep looking at how awesome these things are, and we'll get you taken care of. Also, well, you know how we do it. We love to reward you guys for bringing people into the Soul family. We'll talk more about the tools we had to do that. But before we do that, we want to jump into our rock and roll right now. Our top 10 rock and rollers for the past week. And here we go. Coming in at number 10, we got Bertha Mendoza. We've also got Natural Training Solution coming in at 9. We've got Balbina Barajas coming in at 8. At number 7, Doniciano Reina. At number 6, Maria A. Ortiz. We've got Rosalba Lopez Huerta coming in at 5. At 4, we've got Cristal Guzman. At number 3, Holistic Health. And number 2, we got Socorro Martinez Organes. And last but not least, coming in number 1 for the last week, we got Denise Cano down in Texas. Congratulations, guys. It's so good to see you guys continue to invite people to the Soul family. As I mentioned in our virtual kickoff, we've had thousands and thousands of people join us in the last year. So it's good to see you guys continue to do that here at the beginning of 2024 as well. By way of announcement, the rock and roll average enrollee purchased $203.03 in product this last week, which is kind of a cool deal. As I mentioned, every time when you buy a package, you get more benefits, right? The benefits come packaged as well. And so you're able to continue to see continued growth, and you're able to really hit those different things that your body needs. So it's always a good thing to see. And that's what we love to see with that. Now, last week we talked about xanthones. We recognize there's some terms and things that we talk about in natural health that we're like, we hear it enough, and then we're like, I don't know if we can actually ask what that really is, since we've known and heard about it for so long, but I don't really know what it is. If I had to write down the actual description of that, I don't think I could do it. And so as I was putting this together, I thought, I wonder how many of us have heard the term adaptogen, but we're not exactly sure what that means or the definition of it, how long it's been around. Did Sol make up that word, or is it something other people use? Like, what in the world is an adaptogen? You don't really hear it outside of Sol, really. I mean, we never heard it before we started Sol and getting that going, right? So today I wanted to talk a little bit with you about adaptogens and how it all came about. And this is coming from the National Library of Medicine. So if anybody wants to go read more about it, you can go to the National Library of Medicine. That should give you a clue about how legitimate the term adaptogen is. It's not something that Sol just came up with ourselves, right? So it says this: adaptogens are pharmacologically active compounds or plant extracts from different plants. They have the ability to enhance the body's stability against physical loads without increasing oxygen consumption. The intake of adaptogens is not only associated with the body's better ability to adapt to stress and maintain and normalize metabolic functions, but also with better physical and mental performance. And that's the key behind why we use them so much in Sol right there, right? Helps our body better to adapt to stress better, and also help with better mental and physical performance, right? So everything we have in Sol, all of our products, we make sure have adaptogens in them so they can do those two main functions, right? But there's more to it, right? It says there are two main classes of adaptogens. The first class includes plant adaptogens, which is the ones we use, right? Everything we have is plant-based, so we don't use any synthetic adaptogens, but they do have those as well. It says there's other synthetic adaptogens, which are also called actoprotectors. And I wish the plant ones were called actoprotectors. I think that's kind of a cool name. But that's the synthetic ones. It says, although plant adaptogens have been used by people since ancient times, the term adaptogen is relatively young. So for those of you who are on with me right now, oh, there we go. Tiffany R. It was introduced in 1947 by Soviet scientist Lazarev. I think that's such an interesting thing. It's a relatively new term. Back in 1947, they came up with it. And for those that know, I speak Russian myself, and so it's kind of cool that it's actually a Russian word that they came up with. It defines adaptogens as substances that cause non-specific resistance of the living organisms. Adaptogens have a positive effect on humans and animals. And you've seen that too over the past 12 years. We've had great testimonials about animals that have used them as well. And why not? Why not? It says on all living organisms, so if the person or animal can take them, they should have a positive effect, and that's what we're seeing. It says in 1980, the scientists Breckham and Darimov found that adaptogens increase the body's resistance not only to physical, but also to chemically and biologically harmful agents, which further expands their potential of their use, which is kind of a cool deal as well. Think of all the stuff we're breathing in. The gunk, the pollution in the air, or things we're putting on our skin, some of the shampoos or lotions or things that just have gunk in them that we really shouldn't be ingesting or using. And adaptogens help us with that as well, proven here, right? It says the mechanism of action of the plant adaptogens is complex and is not fully understood. And we recognize that. They've been using adaptogenic herbs for thousands of years, right? Ayurvedic medicine over in China and in India and all those places, they've been using this stuff and they know it's good for you, but they're not sure exactly how it all works. And even today, we don't fully understand how it all works. But it says recent studies report that the intake of plant adaptogens like extracts of maybe some words you've heard before. I'll read the word we're used to, not the Latin word. Eleuthero, schizandra, and rhodiola is associated with affecting the hypothalamic, pituitary, adrenal axis, and some stress mediators as well. So it helps with all those different things in our body. Moreover, the intake of such extracts affects nitric oxide levels, lactate levels, blood glucose levels, cortisol levels, plasma lipid profile, and hepatic enzymes. Current and potential use of these medicinal plants are associated with mental diseases and behavioral disorders, cognitive function and stress-induced diseases, anxiety, cardiovascular diseases, diabetes, and the intake of plant adaptogens is not associated with serious side effects, which is why they were so revered for thousands of years. You could take them on a daily basis. You could help your body manage stress, strengthen the immune system, give you energy, put yourself in a great spot in order to grow, as well as any mental diseases and behavioral disorders, cognitive function. All of these things are handled so much better when we have adaptogens in our system without serious side effects. Daily use without serious side effects. In fact, the most serious side effects we see are you have energy, you can sleep, you handle stress, you feel better, you feel less anxious, all those wonderful things that we're looking at. So if you haven't already learned about adaptogens, I wanted to make sure you are aware of that. That's coming right from the National Library of Medicine website. You can go learn more there. There's so many good stuff going on, right? Debbie says, I really first heard of adaptogens with Sol. Now a lot of other companies are jumping into the adaptogen bandwagon. Absolutely right. I've been giving one Flex PI to our 14-year-old pup, and now I can see a big difference in his mobility, Maria says. And we've seen that a lot with a lot of animals, right? Lisa says lots of fun big words today, but adaptogens can help our brains process them. Absolutely. And it's hard to say them. I wish adaptogens help my tongue say them better, but at least our brains can adapt and use them a little bit more, right? So good, man. Wow, adaptogens are amazing. Plant-based that Sol uses is also amazing, and that's what we're looking for. And Rosa says preferred side effects. Absolutely, right? That's what we're looking for. So there's a little bit about adaptogens. You can share this video with others if they want to learn more about what adaptogens are, or if you hadn't heard of them before or more detail. There's so much stuff out there on them. And it's fun to see science kind of catching up and being able to tell us why people have been using them for thousands of years and the great benefits they've seen from that. So good stuff. Safe for daily use. Great examples of just something that's wonderful for us. Now, before we jump into some of the new stuff we talked about in Virtual Kickoff, I wanted to show you guys our social media marketing, some of the stuff we've seen with our SN sweeps. But before we do that, let's jump into our testimonial here. We've got a great testimonial. It says, I've been taking Sol Naturals products for 5.5 years. It's really a challenge to put all the goodness of the products in a quick review because there are so many benefits. Everything is better for me. From better digestion, better mood, more energy, calmer mind, better response to stress, just to name a few. I can honestly say that I would never want to be without Sol Naturals products. Such a great testimonial, and we hear that all the time. So thank you for continuing to send testimonials in. Now, as far as social media goes, we've got two great ones we want to show you today, show you what they can look like and how it all works. First off, we've got Satinka over here. She says, it's a weightlifting day. I'm hungry, but it's after breakfast and not lunchtime, and I'm on a no sugar challenge, right? So then she goes up and she gives us a recipe, what she's got going on with Dutch cocoa and the Sol Royal, Infatuate, Sol Vital. And she said, what's really in my cup? Improving my mood so I can handle stress better, achieving my protein goals, craving control, investing in my future. Pro tip, make sure you can share your supplements with your kids. And then we see a great picture of her daughter there and Satinka as well. So such a great post, guys. Great use of color, great use of action. It just catches your eye. Awesome way to do it, guys. It's great. We also have one by Kristen Brunius as well. She says, hey, yo, let's have some fun. You know what quizzes are like? And what kind of animal are you? Or what is your Disney princess name? Anyone else guilty of taking those or just me? What if instead you could take a stress quiz to measure how you're handling this thing called life? Totally free, totally accurate. I took it myself. And unlike the animal quizzes we take, it gives you some hands-on suggestions on how to handle that stress. Sound like something you'd be interested in? Try it here. What could it hurt? And then she included a link to her new quiz, which is such an awesome thing. That's what we want to talk a little bit about today. If you did not see our virtual kickoff, we have some great new tools for you to use. If you haven't already, I'm not even going to show you. I want you guys to go look at it yourself. Okay, so log into the back office, go to your My Account page, and you're going to see at the very center top of it some new links that you guys can click and share and use. The first one is a quiz one, right? And the quiz one is awesome because it allows people to do exactly what Kristen just said, to figure out how their stress resiliency is going. And then it also gives you guys the opportunity to suggest some products for them to allow them to better themselves and get on this adaptogen train that we've got going on. You can choose which packages, and then there are also some single products that show as well that are based off of the results of their quiz. So it just gives them a great tool to use. It's very individualized and personalized to help them on this journey called life, right? And trying to figure out what they can take to handle stress better. And then the cool thing I love about this, as we mentioned on Virtual Kickoff, you're able to use this at any time. You can go in and take it once a month, see how you're doing with your stress resiliency as that continues to grow, and you're able to be more resilient to the stresses you find in your life. You can share that with people and let people see and cheer you on and be a part of that, right? Which is such a cool thing. And then as a mentor, as the specialist above them, you're able to see who's taking those. You can follow up with them, make sure you help them as well. Not only that, though, we also have this great new trial pack as well. the trial variety box. We've had this for a while, as I mentioned before, but it comes kind of new and improved. And what do I mean by that? If you haven't purchased one in a while, now it comes with this insert. I'm going to kind of show this to you here. I'm going to hold it up so all the product doesn't fall out of it. But it comes with this insert. So their first reaction is to know that, man, we've got some great information on there. We have one for each of the 4 drinks for our category defining drinks. And then we also have Sol Royal on here as well. As you can see, we have QR codes for everything. They can scan those QR codes. It takes them to an individualized landing page, which talks more about each of the drinks, which is such a key thing. And then also on the back, we have our Sol subscription. It talks about that. They can scan the QR code and it takes them to a landing page talking about that. And then also on the bottom here, it talks about Share the Wealth. Tells them a little bit more about that. And the thing that I love about this, all these new tools that we have, is that members are able to participate as well. Anybody who has an account in Sol, so whether they just take a quiz or buy the trial pack or order product or whatever they do, they receive a referral code as well. So they're able to share that with everybody. And as I mentioned before, 12% of all new enrollments are coming from member referral codes. So members are getting great benefits, and we've seen that, right? They take the product, they get great benefits, and then without a doubt, they're going to be talking to somebody about it. They may have a little bit of a different outlook on life, or maybe they're handling things a little bit better, and their friends or family say, something's a little different about you. What's going on? And they say, oh, I've been taking this Sol product and it's pretty awesome. Well, tell me more about it. Oh, I'll just send you a link and you can check it out, right? And so there's opportunities to do that. And the reason we love that so much is then you as a mentor receive the benefit of that as well, because they go underneath you in your organization. You're able to help mentor them, make sure they're in a good spot, and having all their questions answered, which is awesome. And then from the back end, the member who shared that referral code, it works just the same on Share the Wealth as it does for you. So they're able to get 10 Sol rewards, which is such an awesome deal. The trial pack's kind of a fun thing as well, as we mentioned before. Every time a trial pack is purchased, meaning somebody in your organization decides to sign up and be a part of your organization as a new enrollee, you get $10 in Sol in your Sol wallet immediately. So it's such a quick and easy thing. You have somebody who's short on cash, trying to make some extra money, or just wants to figure out what they need to do that month to make some money. Well, $10 every time one of these gets sold. A member, on the other hand, gets 10 Sol rewards every time. So maybe you have somebody who would really like to use the product, and they're like, man, I just don't have the cash to do it though. Or they come in hard times, they've been using it for a while, but now they don't have the cash to use it and to make a purchase. Well, they can share it with others. And as those others purchase it, they get Sol rewards for it, which they can use on their products in order to help them move forward. So it's such a slick and easy thing, guys. There's so many ways to use this and help people with it. And we love to see that. And as I mentioned in Virtual Kickoff with this bad boy right here, if you sell 12 of these, if you sign up 12 new people and they purchase a trial pack, by the end of the month, you are going to get this fantastic backpack, and we're going to stuff it clear full of all the best stuff we've got with swag. So I recognize some of you are like, man, there's only a couple days left of the month. We know, but there's a lot of people in your connections, in your circle of influence, that have been looking at Sol for a while, and they're like, man, I'd love to buy it, but I don't know if I have the money or the commitment to jump in at $150 or $100 or whatever it may be, the kind of the package you guys like to use. So now you have the opportunity to say, hey, for $35, you can try our 4 main category products plus our Sol Royal Collagen Couture. It's a small investment. You're going to get great benefits from that. And the thing we love most about that as mentors and specialists is it doesn't use up your Sol quick. You get paid $10 for this, and then when they place a package or an order for a package the next time around, you still earn a Sol quick on that. And so it's such an awesome way to do it. So continue to reach out to your people. The month isn't over yet. As I mentioned before, everybody who sells 12 of these trial packs before the end of the month is going to get the swag bag of all swag bags. So make sure you guys are doing that. Sound good? Also, as a reminder, if you haven't watched Virtual Kickoff, we did it a week ago, essentially. It's going to be up for one more day. Okay, we're going to take it down tomorrow. We wanted everybody to have some sense of urgency to watch it. There's great videos on there talking about the trial box and the quiz and how they all work and how to find them and the reports and all of it. So make sure you watch that and share that with people. We have also sent out an email with those same videos, and so everybody should have them by now. Make sure you familiarize yourself with them. It's just such a great system. On top of that as well, if you're on our Facebook page, our Soul Business Facebook page, there's a link that's going to be there for training tonight that's going to be done by Erica Sanchez as she talks more about just the system and how to use all this stuff come together. She's got a pretty cool surprise for you guys as well. So make sure you jump on that tonight. There's going to be just so much great information. So invite people to go to that too. Also, we talked about Spark events. I wanted to make sure you guys were aware of this. We have these Spark events that we want to use to spark your business to help it continue to grow. And so with that, these are going to be business training events. By the time somebody comes and then leaves this event, they're going to know exactly what they need to do to take steps in order to grow their business and to launch their business. We've got 3 coming up, and we're hoping to add more as we continue to grow. The first of which is coming up in Austin, Texas area on March 9th. Then we've got one in Southern California, April 13th. And then we have Idaho Falls, Idaho coming up on May 4th. So we have one each of those months moving forward. These are for anybody. We'll get more information out to you. If you have people that you want to come to those, super easy. Anybody is welcome to come to these and learn more about it. So if you have friends or family or some sort of an acquaintance that lives in any of those areas, we can take care of them and make sure they're there and get them launched. Sound good? It's so, so good. Erica says the backpack is viral on TikTok right now. Every time I see a video about it, I get so excited about the cool feature that it has. Yeah, there's so many things going on, right? And we love to see all this stuff. And there's just such a great system. It's going to be so easy to share and help everybody. The affiliate model where you guys can really focus on social media, it's the way the world's going. You have such a great opportunity to build and grow with that. Sound good? Awesome. And lastly, I have a note here. I wanted to let you guys know your 1099s are going out today, so you should be able to receive those soon. I know that's not the greatest news because every time we get something we have to pay taxes on, you're like, oh, that sucks. But the cool thing about it is you get to pay taxes because you've been making money, which is a cool deal, right? And so it's fun to see you guys continue to grow with that. So with that being said, you've got a few days left. Let's get those trial packs up and running. Oh, and I looked this morning before I jumped on. As far as quizzes, we've had almost 200 individual people take the quiz, which is kind of fun. You guys are continuing to share that thing out there, so it's awesome. It's a great way to get people in. So let me bring this over here. As you know, I've got my fantastic Cinemate mug. We're giving out Cinemate mugs like crazy today to make sure you're taken care of. We've got our bucket of fun here for all those that are on live with us today. We've got our mini bucket of fun for our SN Sweep social media thing. As you saw, we had some great things there. We're going to draw from this one first. We have yet to have somebody win both, and I hope it happens today because why not? There is such, man, you got a bunch. You had a lot of SN Sweeps this week, and if you want to tag it anytime you talk about the trial box or the quiz, go ahead and do that too. We'll throw you in here. Here we go. Erica says, draw Sue's name. She needs a mug. Well, let's see. Let's see what we got going on. The winner of the first mug is Denise Norbert. Denise Norbert down in Texas. You got yourself a mug, my friend. And then we're going to come over here and get you for coming on live as well. And here we go. Whoops. Here. We'll redo that. I don't want you guys to think that I'm going to miss anybody for not doing it. And here we go. We're kind of stuck together. First one is Darcy Black. Darcy Black. You got yourself a mug. And last but not least, here we go. And the winner is Miriam. Miriam, we've got you as well. If you're still on there, make sure you let us know what your last name is so we can get that sent to you. I'm sure there's a lot of Miriams in our system. So let us know who you got. So Denise, Darcy, and Miriam, you guys are taken care of. Oh, it's so good to be with you guys and so good to see you again. As a reminder, make sure you check out the Soul Business Facebook page for that link for that training tonight. You're not going to want to miss it. As always, keep sharing soul. We sure love you, and we'll see you again soon.